Hey guys, for today's video I wanted to talk to you guys about things that I wish I learned in school. I have a list of 10 things that I wrote down that I'm just kind of like dying to share. I know it's like back to school season for a lot of people, and even if you're not going back to school, it's the fall time. You're going to be spending a lot more time indoors, especially as the winter rolls along, and maybe this will just get your brain thinking. I have no idea. Maybe not. Maybe you'll think this whole video is stupid. But also, side note, if you guys want, there's one more of these scarves down in my Etsy store. You can go click that link below if you guys want the last one. There's literally one more left. Throwing that out there. Okay, so I'm just going to hop right into it. The first thing is the importance of communication. Growing up, I was incredibly shy, as I know a lot of us are. Some of us are actually more outgoing, but when I'm talking about communication, I'm not just talking about being shy and being outgoing. I mean connecting with people. Like, not just your friends, not just your family, but people outside of your personal, whatever you call it, circle. I don't know. Obviously, as you grow older, you're going to have to encounter people, whether it be at work or just like in society, just whether you're food shopping, whatever, people that you're not used to seeing all the time, all those kinds of things. I feel like that's such a vital skill to have, and it's something that I'm still working on to this day. I've gotten so much better with it over the years, and thankfully to pageants, that's really what helped grow my communication skills. But prior to that, I would not talk to anybody, and it is insane how important it is to have those communication skills. So I wish that, even though I know that there are like public speaking courses and there are some communication skills, I wish that they push the importance of it on me when I was in high school and in college, because I feel that had I learned those skills and the importance of those skills growing up, I would have taken a little bit of a different turn in life. I don't know, I think it just would have been very helpful growing up. Number two is the importance of saving and investing. And I know that there, like I said, with most of these things, there are some courses and things like that in school that you can take on these things, or there are some teachers who will try to push it, so I'm not blaming teachers or anything like that. It's just from my personal experience, and I don't think I learned the importance of saving and investing enough when I was little. I see the importance of it now. I know how vital it is, especially when you are obviously going to need to be independent as you're growing up, you're parting ways from your parents and all of those kinds of things, but you don't learn when you're younger that you can take such advantage of that time when you have that time, like when you're off from high school and you're going and having these little side jobs. Like, yes, you want to go out with your friends or whatever you want to do with your money, but if you save that money from when you're little, when you don't have any bills yet, if you save it and then you invest it, you guys don't understand how helpful that will be towards your future. Like, if you're young and you have yet to experience that, like, please take what I'm saying into consideration. You can actually look at mint.com if you guys have any questions. No, this is not being sponsored by Mint, but if you want to go and check that out, Mint has like this whole like budgeting section. It even teaches you about investing. It's like all those kinds of things, which is a really nice breakthrough for someone who's like not too familiar with investing. But if you're younger and you have yet to be financially independent, I really think that that's something worth taking a look at. Like, the importance of it is just, it can't be expressed enough. I really wish that they taught me the importance of that growing up. The third thing is a course on critical thinking. I had never been in a situation where growing up in school where I was kind of pushed to critically think. It was more like, do you memorize this, and are you doing this problem right, and whatever it is. I was never allotted a chance, except for maybe in like an English course where you get to like sit down and sort of write about a certain thing, but to actually sit there and learn ways to critically think, to create, to, you know, pull things out of your mind on like whatever topic it is that you want to talk about. I wish that they offered a course on that, because obviously in life you're on your own. You have to create things on your own. You have to do things on your own. You don't have things in a textbook-like manner. And the topics that you're facing in reality are not the topics that you're learning in school. You're not going to, like, as much as those topics are helpful, you're not faced with those subjects every day. You're faced with so many different kinds of things that the importance of critical thinking is like extreme, especially nowadays. I know you guys know that. So I wish that I was offered a course on critical thinking. Number 4 is caring about your mental health. Now, this may be more targeted towards me, although I think it's extremely important for everybody. Coping with depression and anxiety is a huge thing for me, but I also think that for people in general, if you know the importance of maintaining emotional composure all the time, and how to do it, and how to remain calm and happy throughout the journey of life, without getting overwhelmed and all of those other factors that we deal with. If you can like learn that from a young age and learn the importance of maintaining that happiness, then you don't gotta get suckered into like society's twists and turns as much, and it sort of is like a passing storm that you know how to navigate your way through, rather than being like thrown into this tornado when you're like, all right, now what do I do? So I think that if I learned that growing up, that would be a lot more helpful, especially for someone who deals with depression. Number 5, intervening when people need help. A lot of the times I struggle, and I know, I don't know if it's just me. I know a lot of people, like, that's like their nature is to help people, and I think we all want to help people, at least that's what I think. I'd like to think that. I think we all want to help people, but a lot of the times, like, I don't know which approach to take, and sometimes I feel quite useless if I'm not being helpful, and I wish that there was a way that I can learn how to lift people up a little bit better, whether it be emotionally or physically or whatever they need, whatever. Like, I wish that there was sort of a way that you can be taught, which maybe this isn't really something you can teach, it's something you just kind of learn through experience, but I just wish that there was a way that I could learn how to intervene in people's lives a little bit better, where I was being effective and I was being helpful without either hurting them or hindering them or annoying them, you know what I mean. Just, I wish that I could be more helpful. Number 6, time management. And I know that a lot of people have learned this in school, but I was not one of those people that learned that in school. And for someone like me, I take interest in like everything. I don't know what it is. Like, nothing bores me ever. I'm never bored. And when you're never bored, unfortunately, it can become a problem because you're constantly being distracted by different things because everything is taking your interest. And so you don't really learn how to manage your time properly. And obviously, you all know the importance of time management and like how crucial it can be to being successful and being happy and maintaining a well-balanced life. So I wish that I was able to learn how to divvy up my time better and just, yeah, I just think that would have been super helpful. But I know a lot of people learn that in school, so I may be a little bit of an outcast on that one. Number 7, entrepreneurialism. For me, I remember growing up in school and people being like, all right, you're going to go to school to do this, or you're going to go to school to be that, or be this, or be that, whatever. Like, whether it be like nothing wrong with these, whether it be a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse, whatever. You were always going to school to be something, but you weren't necessarily taught the importance of creating your own business. And I know that they have like business management courses. I mean, I literally went to school for law and economics, so clearly I was taking business management courses and things like that. But I think that they didn't push on us, especially in high school when I feel like when you're younger, your brain is just so creative and like all over the place that you can really create some brilliant ideas. And I feel like they didn't push the importance of actually creating your own business growing up, or creating a product, whatever it is that you're doing. And I think that everyone should at least like try it. I think that we're all here, we all have different gifts and different purposes or whatever, so you don't necessarily need to fit a normal mold. I think that everyone can kind of offer something that's super different, and everyone can essentially have their own successful business, so why not give it a shot? You know what I mean? And I just didn't learn the importance of that growing up, so I didn't start to think that way until I was older. And now that I'm thinking about it when I'm older, a lot of things are now trial and error. And so there are going to be a lot of failures and a lot of, like little hiccups along the way, things that I feel could potentially be avoided had I learned about them prior to having to experience them on my own. With that said, the next 2 things kind of tie in. Number 8 is how to be influential. I wish that there was a way that they can teach you not just the power of influence, which I feel that you kind of do learn, especially through your history courses, the power of influence, but I think if they could teach you ways to properly address things and properly market things, like just a whole influence course about marketing, communication, every little thing that can go into drawing people into either a business or an idea, just so that way you can get your point across in the best possible manner, in a way that you feel you are really trying to do. Because a lot of the times we have these brilliant ideas, or we have these great thoughts and whatever, but we're not able to express them properly or express the importance enough of it. And so I wish that there was a way that I learned to do that growing up. yeah, but that's again one of those trial and error situations. Number 9, I really wish I learned about growing up. This is all about failure. I literally wish that there was a course on failure. And the reason why is because and I feel like there might be a lot of people out there who have not learned how to either cope with failure or learn from failure. We sort of just run from it, or we act like it doesn't happen, or we give up before it happens. So I wish that there was a way that, you can teach yourself to learn from failure, and understand that it's going to happen, because you're not going to be successful in absolutely everything, at least on the first try. So if there was a way that I could have learned that growing up, I feel like I would be a lot more maybe daring now. I wouldn't hold myself back as much. My procrastination issues wouldn't be as prevalent as they are today. And I think that would be a big help in my mental health as well. So I wish that failure was a focus growing up. And number 10, personal development. I did not focus on this at all growing up until I was getting ready to graduate high school. And I know that this is still a fairly young age. I graduated when I was 16, so I was still young, but I feel that I could have learned more if I was younger, and I would have taken it in a lot quicker had I been a little bit younger. And unfortunately, the only reason I even started working on my personal development is because I was going through a hard time. That was kind of when the depression first had started kicking in. So if I had started things when I was younger, learning the importance of like spiritual growth and knowing myself, like I didn't know I was going to experience all of those things. And I think most people don't know that, and maybe that's why they don't teach it. It's not something you know until you experience it. Sorry if you guys hear the ice cream man. Whatever, we need to savor the last moments of summer, right? He's passing my house right now. Hold on. But yeah, my personal development actually all started with a book called Why Does He Do That? It's about being inside the minds of angry and controlling men. It's by an author called Lundy Bancroft. If you guys want to go check that book out, I'll link that down below. It's an incredible book. If you're going through any sort of really difficult relationship, whether it be like emotional or physical abuse or anything like that, you guys can go check that out. It is such a good book. Like I can't even tell you how much that book helped me. But since then, I had always read like different kinds of books, whether it be like The Untethered Soul, or just Why Good Things Happen to Good People, just like certain things, The Secret, whatever. Just explored, my mind went from there, and now I feel like that's a big reason why I'm very religious now, or I don't know if religious is the word, or just I formed a relationship with God. So I feel like personal development would have been a huge benefit to me growing up. It just wasn't a focus. I was so focused on like the little things that I have to do, whether it be like with school or dance, or like just going through the motions, rather than like feeling everything the right way and developing the right way and maturing the right way. So yeah, those are basically my 10 things. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you feel the same way, but maybe if you guys are still in school, you can try to pick up on like little lessons throughout your day. Maybe a teacher is trying to teach you those things. I know that a lot of the times, like, curriculums are set a certain way for you to learn certain things, but maybe teachers are trying to sort of embed these things into your brain without getting too off topic, you know what I'm saying? So just always, like, be mindful of it, because I wish that that's something that I would have stayed mindful of growing up, because these are all things that I promise you are going to come in handy. And if you're older, like me, or even older than me, obviously, these are things that we're still learning to this day, and we can continue to learn. So, it's never too late to learn, never too late to explore and grow, and all that. That was very cheesy, probably, but it's fine. Okay, let me know if there's other things that you guys think that I would like to hear in the comments below. Give me some feedback on this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. And add me on social media, because I love social media, obviously. And if you guys didn't see my last video, I talked about like all different kinds of nail polishes that I love and ones that I want to try, which you guys can go watch right there. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.